That's a song written by Brian Wilson, Roger Christian, and Gary Usher, Muscle Bustle, from the 1964 movie Muscle Beach Party, starring Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. And today's guest, you may remember her as a regular on Shindig, and of course her appearances on TV shows like The Monkees and Batman. The list goes on and on. Donna Loren is with us on the Vintage Rock and Pop Shop. How are you?
Hello.
Listen, we have a chance to see you and meet you and all that good stuff next weekend.
Very cool.
At the Davy Jones Memorial / Monkees Convention, which is 3 days, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, at the Meadowland Sheraton in East Rutherford, New Jersey, which is just up the road from us.
All right.
And so many great celebrities are going to be there. Who else is going to be there?
Well, I hope the Monkees are going to be there.
Well, I know that Mickey Dolenz and Peter Tork are going to be there, and I know that half the Brady Bunch, I think, are going to be there. A bunch of people are going to be there who've worked with Davy Jones. You did as well, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But I think most people believe you got your first big break as the Dr. Pepper girl in 1963, but I did a little research on you and discovered that you actually put out some records and performed on the Mickey Mouse Club prior to that.
I certainly did on my 10th birthday. Looking up to Annette, yes. That was such a trip, when I first met her, because seriously, I looked up to her. She was a head taller than me. She was 14, I was 10. And then later on, a few years later, I think I was 16 and she was 20, and we were the same height, especially with our hair all, hair sprayed out, and we did a few beach party movies together, and also some extracurricular stuff, and she was a super cool lady.
Yeah, I want to also ask you about Dick Clark, because you worked with him a lot, and he put together these gigantic package tours with you and the Crystals and Jan and Dean, and it sounds like one gigantic party with Dick Clark as maybe the ringleader.
Actually, you've really summed it up quite beautifully. He was a real glutton for punishment. That guy did not have to be on the back of the bus with all of us traveling around the country, but he chose to be part of the whole crusade. And went through staying at, kind of third-rate motels and weird places in the South that didn't want to take mixed crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he absolutely was a devotee of rock and roll. I did a lot of work with him relating to Dr. Pepper, and there were many that we did for the time that I was representing the company.
And you represented the company for a number of years there. Was it about 5 or 6 years?
Yes. Well, when I was 16, I signed a 7-year contract. I fulfilled 5 of them until I turned 21 and got married and started a family.
Now, I have to ask you, do you still drink Dr. Pepper?
Your timing is incredible. Actually, I'm a no sugar person, so and I don't do the sugar substitutes either. So I don't consume Dr. Pepper. But today, I went through my old wardrobe from the 60s looking for something that I could bring with me to New Jersey for the event and wear. And lo and behold, a dress that I wore on one of the Dr. Pepper events showed up in my closet, and but it had a few little stains on the front. Dr. Pepper stains from 1965.
And I've seen some of those ads, and your dresses were quite short back then. You could probably fit that in a purse.
Okay, well, if you're there, I'll be in it.
Of course, everybody loves the beach party movies, and I used to watch them on TV when I was a kid. I still like them. They're sort of like how one wishes their teenage years would be.
They're so eclectic, and so many people were part of that whole genre. I don't think that any one of us realized that they would endure. But anything having to do with the ocean and surfing and sun and sand, and music. I mean, the other day, not that long ago, I ran into Stevie Wonder at the Apple store nearby where I live, and reminded him, that we were in those movies together. He was like 12 years old or 12, Linda Evans, people like that showed up in these movies that were early on, and it was very, very unusual, and very happily now, that it's all preserved on celluloid,
And of course, your signature tune, "It Only Hurts When I Cry," that's from Beach Blanket Bingo.
Oh yeah,
which I think
actually I'll be singing that on Saturday night at the event.
And here's your original recording. We'll be back with Donna Loren right after this. From 1965, that's our guest today, Donna Loren, with "It Only Hurts When I Cry" from the Beach Blanket Bingo soundtrack. I would imagine that being someone who loves to perform in public, which obviously you do, the job on Shindig must have been a dream come true for you.
Oh, it was a dream for all of us. That was really unique. Of course, the producer, Jack Good, who knew the Beatles and knew the Stones and was an Englishman himself and loved the American pop scene, just combined it all in the most raw way that was shown, I think, ever. One of my desires is to promote Shindig and Jack Good, to be part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so many phenomenal performers, and their performances were captured in their raw state on that stage. And it's because of Jack Good.
It's interesting you mention, bringing attention to Shindig, because I've seen so many clips. I know there were some home video releases a few years back, and on YouTube there's a bunch of clips of you singing. Some of them seem to be directly from videotape. Some look like kinescopes. Yep.
Well, the secret behind that was that, Shindig was the very first show on video. Which was very expensive at the time. And the sponsors of Shindig wanted copies of the show, every show, and so they would kinescope the shows as well. The videos were said to have been either erased, destroyed, or reused. And so for decades, no one could find them. I happen to have had a relationship with the widow of the production company who had her own copy. Her husband made a copy of the kinescopes for himself, but that's second generation. So I mean, they're good. They capture the images, but they're kind of pixelated. There are some people out there though, and I've met one who says and he's shown them to me that the video, he said that he found the videos, and but it's a mystery. It's a big mystery. Although, like when you do watch the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and you see old clips, that are from Shindig,
yeah,
somebody's supplying them,
right? Yeah, somebody must have them. I have to mention some other TV appearances. Of course, Batman. You have the distinction of giving Robin his first screen kiss.
Yeah, yep.
As sort of a twisted cheerleader.
the bad girl turned good.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I wasn't that bad.
Well, you got to work with Cesar Romero as the Joker. You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that was a very special experience. He was extraordinary. Just kind of a master of acting and a gentleman to boot. And so it's, a classic movie star.
Now, someday I'll get to interview Burt Ward, and I'm going to ask him, did you go around telling people, I kissed Donna Loren?
No,
was
I
me.
kissed
Oh,
him.
That's right. You kissed him. I take that back. That's right.
Yeah,
he was the
yeah.
recipient of the kiss. And, of course, you also had an on-screen dalliance, shall we say, with Davy Jones, of course, on the Monkees.
Yes, a little bit on screen, a little bit off screen. He definitely was a charmer.
Seemed like a sweet guy from everybody that I've talked to who's known him.
Yeah. Well, this event is primarily to, pay tribute to his passing because it was so sudden. And I think the Monkees were kind of underrated when they were in this, originally, but over the test of time, they've proven to be part of pop culture, part of music lovers' history, and not just another boy group, that was put together. I think they've proven that they are music makers, and probably Mickey and Peter, will continue making music and for the rest of their lives.
Do you remember the song that Davy sang in the episode that you were in?
Ooh, good
Everywhere
question.
is Chic Chic. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It was Cuddly Toy, and here it is. We'll be back in just a moment with Donna Loren. The Monkees, Davy Jones on lead vocals, Cuddly Toy right here on the Vintage Rock and Pop Shop. Our guest today is singer and actress Donna Loren, and I know that you took time off. You alluded to it, that you had taken time off and, to raise a family and be a normal person. But a couple of years ago, you started getting back into music again, and you've released these various records. Tell us about what prompted you to jump back in the studio and make music again.
Well, I never claimed to be normal. Never. I don't know what that is. I literally retired when I was 21 because of a lot of different things, and actually I just finished writing a memoir about the times, of my young life and everything to date. But I had a lot of stuff to work through for many, many years while I was being kind of domesticated.
Right.
And ultimately I moved to Hawaii, and a lot of stuff started happening. A lot of stuff started coming up for me, and around 2008 I started writing songs again, and that's what prompted me to go back in the studio and put an album together, combining songs that I wrote and songs that are classics, songs that are meaningful to me, that helped me tell the story I wanted to tell.
Well, I'm a huge Elvis Presley fan, and you've got this EP called Donna Does Elvis in Hawaii.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Just before I left Hawaii, I thought, what can I do to really say farewell and pay homage to a place that I spent 1/4 of my life, and I could think of nothing better than to tap into Elvis. And when he passed away, I thought, just leave me one note,
Right.
just one delicious note that comes from you. And so I chose to sing Loving You and Teddy Bear with the ukulele, and it was just my way of saying farewell. And I included something that in the 80s I went into the studio for a while I was going through a divorce, and that was my therapy. And so I included One Night with that little collection on the EP.
And I have to tell you, I'm going to play that song because that's one of my favorite Elvis Presley hits. I just love that song, and you really rip it up, to borrow a line from Little Richard. You really rip that song up. I absolutely love it. Fans can go to your website, which is donnaloren.net, and you have got an interactive website. It's like going to Disneyland, except it's Donnaland.
Cool.
You've got your life story. You've got everything. You can see where you can get the new music. You can look at videos and pictures and everything.
Well, and then you can also visit me on Facebook, and we can tweet a bit.
Thanks so much, Donna, for agreeing to do this.
You are so welcome.
And we look forward to seeing you at the Davy Jones Memorial Monkeys Convention, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the Meadowland Sheraton in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Just go to monkeysconvention.com for all the info. Thanks again, Don, and you have a great day.
Bye, dear.